Number three, very, very important. You're the mission keeper. My first job out of college, I majored in religion in college, and I had assumed I was going to be I started out as a youth pastor, and I assumed I was going to pastor a church one day, something like that. So I went to work at this church, and I was going to be the youth pastor. And so, like, within the first week on the job, the pastor calls me in his office, and he's like, Dave, sit down. I'm, whatever, 20-something years old, and he goes, you need to decide right now what you can delegate and what you have to own. He goes, figure that out right now. You know your personality, figure out what you can let go and what you have to keep. And so I've always remembered that. And so at camp, there's a lot of things that I can delegate. I'm not very organized. You will never see me making a schedule for anything. What else do I not do? That's scheduling. I don't do any type of scheduling or anything like that. But what I don't delegate, the one thing I don't delegate is the mission. Like, I'm the keeper of that. Like, I set the standard for that. I hold that high. I can't delegate that away to someone else. Like, I hold that very important. The YMCA mission, like, that's the reason I do this work. Like, I believe in it. I'm passionate about it. I have no worries about what we're delivering. And so I'm not going to delegate that to someone else. And so at my camps, I would never think to hire like a chaplain at my camp because I was the chaplain for my camp. Like, I set the tone and I set the expectations, and so I wasn't going to delegate that to someone else. And so I would encourage you, like, if that's not something that you own, I would really consider that. Like, I think you should be the voice of the mission at your camp. You can let other counselors do devotions and things like that. It's not saying that you're the only voice, but make sure it's a part of your conversations. Make sure that when you're up in front of your kids talking with your counselors, that you're talking about the mission and why we do it, and you're holding that standard high, because you're going to be looked at as the keeper of it, because it makes it easier for you to communicate that if you're consistently doing it. And so, keeper of the mission.